Hey sophomores, this video we will be talking about graphic design. So what is design? The textbook definition of design is the realization of a concept or idea into a configuration, drawing, model, mold, pattern, plan, or specification on which the actual or commercial production of an item is based and which helps achieve the item's designated objectives. What does that mean? Design is pretty much the process of taking an idea and putting it into something concrete, but still retaining the purpose of that idea. So there could be multiple types of design. There is graphic design, there is interior design, there's furniture design, sound design, so many different categories that are all under the umbrella of design. So in our case, we're learning about graphic design. And graphic design is also known as the communication design, also known as communication design, is the art and practice of planning and projecting ideas and experiences with visual and textual content. So basically the graphic design falls under design itself, but it has a bigger focus on visuals and texts. So 5 essential tips for conducting graphic design or going into graphic design is be simple, be structured, be focused, be consistent, and make mistakes. What are all these different types? So be simple, use clear language that's also meaningful. You don't want just random language that doesn't really apply to the image that you're making. So you have that. Also use images and copy that support that message. So again, you don't want some two random things and putting them together and they don't really make sense. So choosing colors that complement the message and liking something is not really a good reason for choosing the element. So even though you like the color pink, it might not work for, I don't know, the McDonald's logo. Like the McDonald's logo isn't pink. So just because you like it, or whoever made the McDonald's logo, just because they like pink doesn't mean they made the M pink. It didn't really work out with what they were trying to project. Be structured. So organize the design with a purpose. You can't just, it's not always just about drawing something and that becomes a logo. It actually has to come with a purpose. Be focused. So take away unnecessary information that you don't really need. You want a concise design. And draw elements using contrasts. And each element should always have a function. And something should not just be in your design and not really have any reason to be there. Everything should have a function in your design. Also, and this is a very strong thing, is be consistent. Sometimes we kind of go overboard and completely out of the box, and sometimes a simple design just becomes very, very complex, and a lot of people don't really like that. So cater to your audience. It takes away process of understanding the design and focusing more on the message. Like, you don't want someone to look at your design and take so much time to understand it. It should be a quick thing. The message should be very, very visual and immediate. It shouldn't take time to think. And make mistakes. Mistakes will happen. Not everything is handed to you. You really have to work for it, and mistakes will happen, and you have to just be okay with that and learn from it, especially, and avoid it the next time around. So mistakes are okay, but try not to repeat those mistakes. So your designs will only just get better and better as you go through your drafts. And now we'll take a second to discuss raster and vector images. We did go over this in kickoff, but I just want to give you guys a refresher just in case you forgot. So raster images are made up of pixels, and they are best used for editing photos and creating continuous toned images. They do not scale up optimally. Each image must be created and scanned at a desired size depending on what that project is. Raster images are the most common type of image format. These include JPEGs, GIFs, PNGs are all raster images, and some common raster programs are photo editing and paint programs such as Photoshop. Vector images are mathematical calculations that form paths and shapes. They are best for creating logos, drawings, and illustrations, and images that will be applied to physical products. So t-shirts, water bottles, stuff like that. They can be scaled to any size without losing quality, and that's a major pro that vector images have versus raster images. They are resolution independent, so they can be printed at any size or resolution. So in general, they're way more flexible than the raster images are. They can be easily converted to raster images, and common graphic vector graphic file formats are AIs, PDFs. Those are all vector file formats, and the programs that you use are drawing programs such as Illustrator. So that's it for graphic design, for the intro graphic design this week. The homework is to create a logo for a business. Under your module, your week 2 module, there will be a file with a list of 5 businesses and their descriptions. You can pick any of those businesses and create a logo for them based on their description, so what they're looking for. I do this a lot, and pretty much when you're doing projects like these for other people, businesses or groups come to you, they ask that they want some sort of design, some sort of logo design, they tell you what they're about, and they ask you to put something together. So that's the homework for this week. Pick any of the businesses and design a logo for them. That will be the homework for this week. It is due on Monday, and please, please, please turn it in as a JPEG. Do not turn it in as an Illustrator file. If you forgot how to do that, please reference the week 1 video, and that tells you how to do that. Anyways, have a good week. Bye.